Hi folks, I hope you're doing well. I have something to tell you about this video. I have been waiting, anticipating to make this video for you for the past 5 years. I've been waiting to make this video for 5 years. You want to know why? I'm currently standing in my favorite place in all of Japan. The entire nation. This is my favorite little town. I could live here for the rest of my life. Never have a complaint. And I want you to see it. I've only been here 5 times. This is my 5th visit. I can't get enough. I'm addicted to this little town. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce to you the wonderful little town of Shirakawa-Go, Japan.
What I said in the intro of this video is true. This video project has been in my head for 5 years, and I'll tell you why. The village of Shirakawa-Go isn't easy to get to, and when I'm leading tours through Japan, this community isn't even on the radar for most people. People who visit Japan for the first or second time, they want to see the main spots. And honestly, I get that. They want to comprehend how things work, what to do, how to travel through the nation, how to use the train systems, and eventually, how to communicate with the people. Their first, second, and third interest is fundamental. Honestly, I'd be willing to wager that my first 15 trips to Japan were all about the basics. So if you're traveling to Japan for the first or second time, Shirakawa-Go won't even make the first 12 spots that might interest you. But for me, I'm telling you, this is where I belong. There is no question about it. All right. Enough. Let me get to it, my friends. Here is a map of Japan. And there are a few common spots you're probably aware of: Tokyo, Kyoto, Osaka, and Mount Fuji. Now, to help clarify this, I'm going to zoom into this area right here. This area of Japan is something called the Gefu Prefecture. Now, the Gefu Prefecture itself is a massive area, remarkably mountainous and picturesque. There are several small cities and villages within the area, and one of them is Shirakawa-Go. Now, this is important to know. Like most cities in Japan, you'll simply hop on the bullet train or a regular train and take it to the main location, and then you're there. But Shirakawa-Go is very different. Logistically, it's not easy. Depending on your starting point, you'll have to take a series of trains or buses to get there. On my most recent trip, I started in the city of Toyama, which is right here. To ensure that I could spend several hours in Shirakawa-Go, I got to the Toyama train station at 5 a.m. and secured my valuables in a coin locker. Toyama Station has lots of them, especially at 5 a.m. I had dozens of lockers to choose from. From Toyama Station, I hopped on a train heading to the city of Takayama, also known as Hida Takayama. I made a different video about that one a few months ago. The train from Toyama to Takayama was 1 hour and 53 minutes long, and I really enjoyed the view. There were dozens of beautiful mountains, pristine valleys, lakes, rivers, and waterfalls along the way. When I arrived at Takayama train station at 8:37 a.m., I hopped off the train, walked the town a little bit, even enjoyed a delicious coffee. About 30 minutes later, I purchased an $18 bus ticket from Takayama to Shirakawa-Go. Now, due to the popularity of this bus schedule, there wasn't even a bus that had an available seat for about 2 hours. So I purchased a single seat for a bus that left at 10:38 a.m. And the Takayama bus station offers lots of places to go to. When the time came, we all began standing in line for our buses. Now there's a 2-step process where everyone's tickets are checked and then double-checked. And when I hopped onto the bus and sat down, it was hard for me to contain my enthusiasm. The bus ride itself is about 50 minutes long. You'll pass lots of villages and mountains, peaks and valleys, but soon enough, we arrived at Shirakawa-Go bus station, and I hopped off the bus at 11:41 a.m. Now, this is important to note. Keep in mind that my morning started at Toyama train station at 5 a.m. After the train ride to Takayama, purchasing my seat, waiting for the scheduled bus, and then riding the bus to Shirakawa-Go, it's been about 7 hours. Now, the moment that you get off, you have the opportunity to spend a few dollars and drop off your luggage. There's a personal baggage service if you're lugging around some bags and you want to put them away for a while. But then, as long as you want, you're in my favorite city in the entire nation of Japan. Now, a few bits of information about this adorable village. First, Shirakawa-Go is home to approximately 1,600 villagers. That's it, 1,600. My neighborhood in Houston, Texas has about 7,000. Second, the size of the village itself is only 170 acres, roughly the size of a large farm or a small city park, maybe a tiny township back in the United States. Here's a great frame of reference for you. Central Park in New York City is 843 acres. Shirakawa-Go is only 170. Third, there's a kind of city government for the citizens. It's called the Shirakawa-Go Village Hall, and there are only 4 major focuses of their local government. Number 1, maintaining the land for tourism. Number 2, adopting and evolving an extraordinary cleaning regimen, and I'll mention that later in this video. Number 3, doling out the civic duties to each citizen, and number 4, maintaining a safe and peaceful life for everyone. Now, without question, these homes are remarkable and have become a hallmark of the entire village. The homes and roofs are built using a method named Gasho Zakuri, a house built of wooden beams combined with a thick organic thatched roof that offers a signature style. These homes are carefully designed to represent the history of the area, and lots of these amazing homes are 300 years old. Now, these roofs need maintenance and replacement, and it's deemed a communal effort by the citizens of the village to keep them maintained. They don't call roofing experts from Tokyo, Nagano, or Toyama. The villagers themselves maintain and refurbish them, not only to keep the tradition alive and thriving, but to ensure that the comfort, design, and safety of their own homes aren't designed by architects and tradesmen from neighboring big cities. While you walk the area, there's a few good things to know. First, there are spots where you can grab treats, mementos, snacks, or beverages, so bring some yen with you. Honestly though, when I come here, I bring a small bag containing a couple of granola bars and a beverage. Number 2, Shirakawa-Go does not have public trash cans. Again, it's a village much more than a tourist spot. Just imagine your own neighborhood. You have trash cans inside of your home, but not many neighborhoods simply put out public trash cans at the end of the street. In Shirakawa-Go, you can bring a small plastic bag with you and drop the trash off at the train station before you go back to your hotel. Number 3, considering the travel time, expect to spend about 3 hours in the village. Make it worth your while. There's a lot to see. And number 4, do not knock on the doors of the homes. It's really their homes. They aren't actors or fake domiciles. This is a functioning village in the mountains of Japan. And you know, a few years ago, I was in this village and I walked alone, hiking in the mountains for about 6 hours while listening to my favorite music on my earbuds. It's rare that I get that kind of unimpeded time to walk by myself, clear my mind, enjoy my surroundings in the mountains of Japan, but it was so tranquil. Years later, I still think about that afternoon. And finally, about the cleanliness here. Folks, I'm telling you right now, this is hard to grasp, especially for someone like me who lives in the United States. The village of Shirakawa-Go is nothing short of antiseptic clean. As I mentioned earlier in the video, one of the 4 major focuses of their local government is to adopt and evolve an extraordinary cleaning system. And it's really hard to fathom. You'll find this village so clean that you'll try to find trash. When I brought one tour group here in 2019, One woman was convinced that it was so clean that it wasn't a village, but maybe some sort of a motion picture filming studio to make movies. She was convinced that it was not real. In fact, this is true. The drainage ditches are cleaned. Let me say that again. The drainage ditches that irrigate the water from the melted snow from the mountains are cleaned to the point you can see koi swimming in the drainage ditches. This city is so clean that koi swim in the public ditches. Some of you might find this village a bit too small or provincial, and I get that. Everyone has their own preferences. That's what makes international travel so special. I mean, you discover what speaks to you and then you pursue that. For me, Shirakawa-Go is absolute paradise. It's removed from the chaos of city life, beautifully maintained to reflect cultural pride, visually stunning, and delightfully simple. So if you find yourself planning a trip to Japan and you would really like to consider traveling to a spot that's only visited by a tiny portion of travelers and see something really original, Shirakawa-Go might be the place for you. And who knows, maybe I'll see you there.
I cannot get enough of this. I simply cannot get enough of this. I am in love with this little town. Well, listen, as always, we provide helpful links and information beneath this video. And then as always, there's the Contact Us button. Click on it. You can contact me or my staff directly. For JourneyToJapan.com, in my favorite little town in all of Japan, Shirakawa-Go, I'm Carl Rosa. Thank you for watching.